Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
જલ્દી ખા હવે આમાં.
લેક્ચર ભરવાનો છે એટલે જલ્દી ખાઓ હવે. Okay. Still, there are 9 students who have not joined the team. So please pass the message that they have to join the teams, because further communications related anything will be communicated through teams only. Because we are not able to send you the mail in bulk or in the your class group. So we will communicate through this teams only. So please tell your friends that they have to join this uh, team. Okay, so there are still only 39 students have joined till today. So there are 9 students who have not joined, so tell them. Okay, so I am sharing my screen. Let me know whether it is visible to you or not.
Visible, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah, so we have started with the prerequisites of a matrices in the last class, where we have considered special types of matrices, such as what will be actual definition of matrix. Then we have considered row matrix, column matrix, what will be the determinant of such a matrix. Then we have seen zero matrix, square matrix, diagonal matrix, identity matrix, right? Then this upper triangular, lower triangular, scalar matrix. What do we mean by trace of matrix? Transpose of a matrix. When we consider transpose, there will be notion of the symmetric and skew symmetric matrix as well. And then we have considered transpose conjugate of a matrix. So in that case, we'll have Hermitian and skew Hermitian matrices. So that is what we have seen in the last class, right? One example we have seen, two or three example we have seen, in which you are asked to find out whether that matrix is Hermitian or not, whether it is skew Hermitian or not, right? So if you have observed one thing in the last class, this is what the matrix given to you, right? And if we see the criteria behind this skew symmetric matrix, so not a skew symmetric matrix, sorry, it is a skew Hermitian matrix. Yeah, so a raised to theta is equal to minus a, right? That is what criteria for a skew Hermitian matrix. So if we consider a is represented by aij entries, I is of running from 1 to m, j is running from 1 to n. In that case, if we put this condition, theta means we have to consider transpose and then conjugate of it. So in that case, we have to consider transpose. So I and j will be interchanged. So aij will be aji. Then we have to consider conjugate of it, and negative sign is already there, right? So this is what the interpretation of this condition for all I and j we have from the skew Hermitian matrix. Now, when we talk about the diagonal matrix, in that case, I is equal to j. So, for all I in that case, I will have aii is equal to minus aii. Conjugate, that means 2 aii into aii conjugate. This will go to the side. Oh, sorry, just a moment. I should write this expression again. Yeah, so here it will be aii plus aii conjugate is equal to 0, right? This entries may be real, may be a complex number. So tell me the real entries, where real entries and complex entry which will satisfy this equation. Means you have an equation like z plus z bar is equal to 0. So which kind of z this will be?
Purely imaginary.
Only imaginary. Can I say it may contain 0 as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Only image. देखिए, I है अगर suppose, then its conjugate will be minus I. In that case, this addition will give you 0 answer. If it is 2i, then its conjugate is minus 2i. Hence, this addition will give you 0 answer. As well as if it is 0, ai is 0, then also this equation will be satisfied. So purely imaginary part if we consider, then only this will be satisfied. For example, if I consider 2 plus I as ai entry, then its conjugate will be 2 minus I, and when you consider its subtraction, then it will be 4, which is not equal to 0. So this equation is satisfied only when ai is either 0 or it is purely imaginary. Right? So as we have seen in the symmetric matrix, skew symmetric matrix, that diagonal entries will be 0. Similar to that notion, in the skew Hermitian matrix, the diagonal entries of a square matrix will be either a 0 or purely it will be imaginary. Right? For any scalar alpha, it will be alpha I. So this is one remark, that whenever you consider skew Hermitian matrix, the diagonal entries corresponds to that matrix has to be either 0 or it has to be purely imaginary due to this condition. Right? Then we have, when you have a given square matrix A such that A into A raised to theta, which is same as A raised to theta into A, which will give you the identity matrix. Suppose this is of order n cross n, then you will have identity matrix of order n. In that case, such a square matrix A is called unitary matrix. Okay. In this unit, we are not going to use this kind of notion, unitary matrix, and another one is orthogonal matrix, but we are considering this kind of special matrices because it is frequently asked in the GATE examination if you see the previous year's papers. Okay, so that's why this is special types of matrices we have considered. So whenever A into A theta or A theta into A, both are, if multiplication give you the identity matrix, then that given matrix is called unitary matrix. And similar to that, suppose A into A transpose, which is same as A transpose into A, which is nothing but identity matrix, then the given matrix A is called orthogonal matrix. Okay, so unitary matrix means A into A raised to theta is equal to identity matrix. Orthogonal means A into A transpose is equal to identity matrix. Now, if A is a square matrix, we are given of order n cross n, and X is equal to X, this capital X or small x, is any row vector of order 1 cross n. Right? x1, x2 up to xn, that is the variable vector. In that case, when you consider matrix multiplication of AX transpose, matrix multiplication is possible because this is of order n cross n, this is of order n cross 1, X transpose will be of order n cross 1. So in that case, matrix multiplication is possible, and when you consider all these set of matrices such that A into X transpose, where X is any row matrix, then this set is called range of A. Okay, so that is what we have in this note, that unitary matrix, orthogonal matrix, and range of A. Now, before moving ahead, for upcoming 10 or 15 minutes, I will just recall the things which you have studied in your first semester. So that is nothing but the matrix operations. You know already how to add two matrices, how to consider product of two matrices. A and B are given matrices of the same size. Then corresponding addition of the entries will give you addition of a matrix. Corresponding subtraction of entries will give you subtraction of a matrix, that is A minus B. Product of matrices, if I say, so right now just I have discussed about the product, but let me consider the precise one, that suppose A is of order M cross N and B is of order P cross Q. Then when do we say that matrix multiplication AB is possible?
When n is equals to p.
Yes, when n is equal to p, and in that case resultant matrix will be of order m cross q. Similarly, b into a will be possible only when
Q is equals to m.
q is equal to m, and in that case resultant matrix will be of order P cross N, right? So, and how this matrix multiplication is performed? So, suppose this is given matrix A and this is given matrix B. In that case, if you write the product of matrix as this one, so this is corresponds to first row, first column entry. So, consider first row, first column. First multiply the corresponding entries and then add it, then you will have this entry. If you want to consider this one, then this is situated at first row, second column. So first row, and you have to multiply each entries with the second column and then add them, you will have this one, right? So already this is described over here that AB is given by this one. Now when you consider any matrix, they are represented by square bracket that we have seen. So whenever you consider a matrix, let me consider this one. This means M, capital M, Mn means this is class of all M cross N matrices, right? तो इसमें से आप कोई भी M cross N का matrix लोगे, if you perform any of the operation, then again you will get it as matrix only. Domain means you can consider matrix as a one function where you are choosing element as a matrix. After performing certain operations or performing function, you are again getting it as a matrix only. So matrix is a function from matrix to matrix, right? Whereas if you consider determinant, then determinant will be performed on class of square matrices. So I will write here MM because square matrix होगा तभी आप उसका determinant find out कर पाओगे, and range will be always either an expression or it is a number I will denote with this suppose alpha. क्यों? क्योंकि किसी भी डिटर्मिनेंट को आप सॉल्व करते हो, यहाँ पर 3 क्रॉस 3 है तो 9 एंट्रीज दी हुई होगी, उसको सॉल्व करोगे तो यू विल हैव नंबर. अदरवाइज इफ दे आर कंटेनिंग सम लेटर्स, then you will have expression in terms of xyz. So determinant is a function whose domain is class of square matrices, whereas its range is either the expression or a number, right? So determinant is actually associated an expression to the matrix or a number. So every square matrix is associated with an expression or number that is called nothing but the determinant. It is denoted with this 2 lines symbol, or some of the book writing 3 initial letter of determinant, some of the book using this delta as a triangle as well, right? So that is what you have seen. If you consider first order matrix, then that number itself is a determinant. If it is 2 cross 2, then you know how to find out 3 cross 3 determinant. The formula is already given and you know it better from your school level. Now suppose you are given a matrix A, and if there exists, this is the symbol for there exist, there exist. आपको पता ही होंगे ये symbol. This is for all, but those who are not aware of it, this type of symbol is used for such that. Other symbols, whenever I use, I will let you know. So if A is given square matrix, if there exists another matrix B such that AB is same as BA is same as an identity matrix, then A is said to be invertible matrix and B is called inverse of A. The notation for it is this one. And once you have notion of inverse, we must have minors and cofactors, right? So in that case, let me consider here. Suppose Aij is the given matrix for I is equal to 1 to n. Of course, now onwards, whatever will deal with the matrices, we will consider the all matrix as a square matrix. So in this case, suppose I want to find out minors of A12. In that case, I have to delete the corresponding row and column, and remaining submatrix determinant will be nothing but minor of that corresponding entry. Similar to this, suppose I want to find out the minor of A31, then I have to erase third row as well as the first column, then remaining submatrix of order 2 cross 2 determinant will give you the minor of A31. In general, minors are denoted with the letter capital M suffix ij, that is the minor of the entry Aij, right? And once you have Mij, you can find out cofactor Cij as minus 1 raised to I plus j Mij. And once you have cofactors of all these entries, that is, suppose I consider 3 cross 3 matrix, then C11, C12, C13, C21, C22, C23, C31, C32, C33. Then this is called cofactor of a given matrix A. If you consider its transpose, then this is called what does this matrix called?
Adjoint of A.
Adjoint of A, and it is denoted with this symbol. And once you know adjoint of A, you can write A inverse formula that it is 1 upon determinant of A, adjoint of A, and which is possible if and only if determinant of A is not equal to 0. So this is what you have seen in your class. Then we have elementary of row operations. Why? Because after that you have considered the system of linear equations which you have solved using Gauss elimination method and all those things. So for that we need to have first reduced row echelon form and row echelon form, and we can convert any matrix into the row echelon form by considering elementary operations. So what are these elementary operations? So basically there are 3 types of elementary operations. Okay, these elementary operations are also called E operations. Okay, so there are 3 types of E operations. One is interchanging the row Ri interchange with Rj. You can use either of this symbol. Then second one is multiplication of the entries by row by any non-zero number, means alpha is any non-zero number, and if I multiply it with ith row, then the symbol is this one. And then if you add it to some another row, then that is the third E operation, right? So these 3 are operation, and if you perform any one elementary operation to the identity matrix, then it is called elementary matrix. And once you perform the finitely many elementary operations on a given matrix A, then resultant matrix will be equivalent to A. Equivalent means they will have same characteristic, like if you have applied the elementary operations in a proper manner, then their determinant will be same, their eigenvalues will be same, their eigenvectors will be same. So that's why we have used the sign equivalent. We will not use equality, because equality means they are of the same size. Also, each entries are same, right? So that's why whenever you have performed row operations, you have written this symbol. If you write this one, it is incorrect, right? So in that case, those 2 matrices are called the equivalent matrix. Then row echelon form. So when do we say that the matrix is in row echelon form? So if it satisfies this condition, the first one is all zero row has to be at the bottom of the matrix. Leading entry must be 1, leading 1. Then leading entries of the rows must be from left to right. If we go from top to the bottom, means यहाँ से मैं top to the bottom में जा रही हूँ, तो this is leading one, this is leading one, so it has to be shift from left to right as I go from top to bottom. Right. Then the next one is all entries of the column below the leading one has to be 0. Means जहाँ पर भी leading one आप लोगों ने find out किया है, उसके नीचे वाले सारे columns की entry जो है that has to be 0. You can see in this example all these conditions are satisfied. And addition to this 4 conditions, suppose if you consider the above entries of the leading one also 0, so that form is called reduced row echelon form. That is, here you can see leading one appear over here and all these entries above and below leading one are 0. Here they are 2, above and below leading one is 0. Here it is leading one, this is leading one, third row non-zero entry, this is leading one. So you can see below and above leading one all entries are 0. So all these are reduced row echelon form of a matrix. Up to this, anyone having any doubt, or if you have clear-cut idea about all these things, please raise your hand so that I can move forward. Okay. Out of 43 students, there are 24 students who are having clear-cut idea. तो भाई साहब आपने फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर कैसे पास आउट किया? You will say, मैडम अभी रिजल्ट कहाँ डिक्लेयर हुआ है? Means you have a doubt. In that case, I can say you have a doubt. Okay, it is raised to 32 students. Means 10 are still mentally and physically both absent for this online class, I can say. Okay, now the topic which we are going to start, that is eigenvalue and eigenvectors of a matrix. Now this is new to you. Let us understand these concepts carefully. So for that, I will consider that suppose A is n cross n matrix we are given, that is it is having entries A11, A1n, A21, A22, A2n and so on, AN1, ANn. So these are n square entries of a square matrix. Suppose X is a column matrix with entries x1, x2 up to xn, that is unknown to us, that we have to find out. This is of order n cross 1. So we are considering this 2 matrices. Now suppose if you consider the matrix multiplication AX, means in this case this is n cross 1, this is n cross 1. So resultant matrix will be of order n cross 1, which is same as some scalar times that matrix, the column matrix. मीन्स यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो कि एक n क्रॉस n मैट्रिक्स है, दूसरा n क्रॉस 1 मैट्रिक्स है. उन दोनों का रिप्रेजेंटेशन हमें कैसा मिल रहा है? तो एक स्केलर, दिस लैम्डा इज एनी स्केलर क्वांटिटी, नॉन जीरो स्केलर क्वांटिटी ऑफ कोर्स, सच दैट उन दोनों का मल्टीप्लिकेशन जो है वो जस्ट एक n क्रॉस 1 मैट्रिक्स से ही आप रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हो थ्रू दी स्केलर क्वांटिटी लैम्डा, राइट? इन दैट केस, so this is the corresponding equation where of course X is also non-zero matrix we are going to consider. Okay, in that case I can write this expression as AX minus lambda X is equal to 0 matrix. Left hand side is 0, so right hand side has to be 0. That's why I have represented it with big O, right? Now I can write this lambda as, this is X. I can write this lambda as lambda identity matrix X. x को मैं आइडेंटिटी इंटू x अगर मैं लिख सकती हूँ, ऑफ कोर्स यस, बिकॉज आइडेंटिटी मैट्रिक्स का आप मल्टीप्लिकेशन करोगे किसी भी वेक्टर के साथ, यू विल गेट दैट वेक्टर इटसेल्फ. So in that case, I can write it as A minus lambda I x is equal to 0 matrix. But we have considered our vector x as non-zero. It means A minus lambda I matrix has to be 0. In that case, if I consider the determinant, means determinant of A minus lambda I, then this has to be 0. So when I solve this determinant, I will have polynomial in terms of degree n. Coefficients and powers may be decreasing and that is equal to 0. So I will get the polynomial in terms of n. How? Let us see this by considering 2 cross 2 matrix. Okay. In that case, if I consider A as 1, 2, 3, 4, suppose. So what will be A minus lambda I matrix? So that is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4 minus I is 1, 0, 0, 1, and if I multiply it with lambda, then it is lambda 0, 0, lambda is equal to what this one will be 0, 0, 0, 0. 0 matrix of order 2 cross 2, right? Implies this one will be nothing but 1 minus lambda, 2 minus 0, so 2, 3 minus 0, that is 3, and 4 minus lambda is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, if we consider determinant of this matrix, that is equal to 0. So determinant of this one is A minus lambda, 3, 2, 4 minus lambda, and determinant of this means it is 1 minus lambda, 4 minus lambda, minus 6 is equal to 0. That means it is 4 minus lambda minus 4 lambda, that is minus 5 lambda, plus lambda square minus 6 is equal to 0. That is, it is lambda square minus 5 lambda minus 2 is equal to 0. So when you have solved the expression A minus lambda I is equal to 0 for 2 cross 2 matrix, then it arrive at second order polynomial in terms of lambda in left hand side. So in general, if I consider 3 cross 3 matrix, then you will have cubic polynomial, and nth n cross n matrix if I consider, then it will be an expression of degree n in terms of lambda. That expression is called characteristic equation of A. This determinant of A minus lambda I is equal to 0 जो आप ले रहे हो, that is called the characteristic equation of A. Then it will be nth degree equation in lambda. When you solve it, you will have roots of that equation. In this case, there will be 2 roots. Suppose I say these roots are lambda 1 and lambda 2. Then these roots are called eigenvalues of A. In general, in this case, it will be lambda 1, lambda 2 up to lambda n. तो ये characteristic root के equation के जो roots मिलेंगे, that is called the eigenvalues of A. This may be real number, this may be a complex number, they may be distinct, they may be gets repeated. That depend on the characteristic equation. Now, corresponding to the lambda 1, if I consider the expression Ax is equal to lambda 1x, in that case, A minus lambda 1 I x is equal to 0. This will give you system. So lambda 1 is now known to you. All the entries of A is also known to you. So when you solve this one by putting lambda is equal to lambda 1, that is the known eigenvalue. In that case, you will have this as system, homogeneous system in terms of variable x1, x2 and so on xn. When you solve this one, you will have x1, x2, xn value, and that is called the eigenvector corresponding to lambda 1. Corresponding to lambda 1 means I will denote it with x1. Similarly, when you substitute in this expression lambda as lambda 2, you will have another eigenvector, that is x2, and so on. In general, n many eigenvalue, then you will have n many eigenvectors, right? So in that case, when you consider class of all eigenvectors I is equal to 1 to n, suppose, then such a set is called eigenspace, denoted with the symbol E lambda. Lambda के corresponding वो eigenvector का set है, that's why it is denoted with E lambda or E of lambda. It is called the eigenspace. Capital E stands for the word eigen. And if you consider class of all eigenvalues, मतलब जितनी भी आइगन वैल्यूज हैं उसका पूरा सेट ले लेते हो, देन इट इज कॉल्ड स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ ए. इट इज डिनोटेड विथ सिग्मा ऑफ ए. सो लेट अस सी one by one all the terminology we have seen up to now. So first of all, you consider this expression ax is equal to lambda x. In that one, if you consider determinant of a minus lambda I is equal to 0, that is called the characteristic equation of a. If you solve this characteristic equation, you will have roots. These roots are called eigenvalues, or they are also called the characteristic roots. Characteristic roots of a. Sometimes they are also called the latent value. Latent value. Some of the book may use this symbol, okay, this word, latent value. Corresponding to this lambda i's, if you put it in the expression, you will have homogeneous system of equation. Once you solve it, you will have the vector. That vector is called the eigenvector of A. Class of all eigenvectors is called eigenspace of A, and class of all eigenvalues is called spectrum of A. So this is what written over here. Here this theory is written with this small x. You can use either a small x or capital X, but generally vector is denoted with, matrix vector is denoted with the capital letter. So I used to use this symbol capital X. Okay. So ax is equal to lambda x, where lambda is called eigenvalue of A, x is called the eigenvector of A corresponding to lambda. जब भी कोई स्क्वायर मैट्रिक्स दिया होता है जो एक्सप्रेशन को सेटिस्फाई करेगा, तो लैम्बडा इज कॉल्ड आइगन वैल्यू, एक्स इज कॉल्ड द आइगन वेक्टर, राइट. अगर x आपका आइगन वेक्टर बन जाता है, तो इफ यू कंसीडर एनी नॉन जीरो स्केलर, देन अल्फा x विल आल्सो टर्न्स आउट टू बी द आइगन वेक्टर. दैट इज व्हाट द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस आइगन वेक्टर. यू कैन सी कि एक बेसिक वेक्टर आपको मिल गया है, उससे आप पूरा आइगन स्पेस स्पान कर सकते हो, जनरेट कर सकते हो बाय चूजिंग एनी नॉन जीरो स्केलर, राइट. सो इन दिस एक्सप्रेशन यू कैन सी दैट कि ax इज इक्वल टू लैम्बडा x अगर जब भी हम लेते हैं, इफ एंड ओनली इफ it is a minus lambda ix is equal to 0. X we have chosen non-zero vector, therefore this has to be 0. Means this has to be 0 means in that case this is not invertible. तभी आप उसको x को find out कर सकते हो. तो ये not invertible है means what? Determinant of a minus I lambda is equal to 0. तो ये expression कहाँ से आया? Actually it comes from this expression, right? तो this is called the characteristic equation. A minus lambda I जो मिला, that is called characteristic matrix. Determinant is equal to 0. It is called the characteristic equation. Left hand side में जो polynomial मिलता है, that is called the characteristic polynomial. And roots मिलेंगे, that is called the characteristic roots or eigenvalues of a matrix. The space spanned by all eigenvectors are called eigenspace. and eigen values का जो set मिलेगा that is called the spectrum of A, denoted with sigma A. So up to this, do you have clear-cut idea about what is eigenvalues and eigenvectors? We are going to consider the example based on this eigenvalues and eigenvector, but let me know up to this the theory part is clear to everyone or not. If you are saying yes, please raise your hand. Very good. 24, 26. Fine. Okay, so let us consider the example. In the example, this one we are going to see. Find eigenvalues and eigenvectors for a matrix. We are given this one. -5, 2, 2, -2. Okay. So, I will start here the solution. A matrix we are given -5. What was it? Let me just -5, 2, 2, -2. Okay. So we want to find out eigenvalues and eigenvectors of this 2 cross 2 matrix. So we will divide our example into 3 steps. First step is we have to find out its characteristic equation. Then we will consider the roots of that equation, that is nothing but eigenvalues, right? Eigenvalues, and then we will find out eigenvectors corresponding to each lambda. यहाँ पे lambda 1 के corresponding एक eigenvector मिलेगा. 2 cross 2 है तो 2 eigenvalues मिलेगी, तो उसके corresponding 2 eigenvectors भी मिलेंगे, right? So we will apply one by one each step and let us see how do we get this eigenvectors finally. So first of all, we have to consider the characteristic equation of this one. So the characteristic equation, I will write characteristic equation, let me give this as 1, of 1 is given by, कैसे मिलेगा? तो it is determinant of A minus lambda I is equal to 0, right? So let us first find out what is A minus lambda I. Here I can write, बाद में भी आप लोगों को ये एक्सप्रेशन लेना ही है, ax is equal to lambda x. So simultaneously I will choose x over here. Okay, so I will just write first, let capital X is equal to n cross n मैट्रिक्स था, तो आपका x जो था वो कॉलम मैट्रिक्स x1 x2 up to xn था. Here it is 2 cross 2 मैट्रिक्स. So what will be our x? What will be our x in this case? See here, this is n cross n matrix you are given. At that time capital X is n cross 1 column matrix. So here you are given 2 cross 2 matrix. So what will be capital X?
x1 x1.
Yes, it will be x1 x2, right? So in that case A minus lambda I x is equal to 0 I can write. So let us find out. A is the given matrix, that is -5, 2, 2, -2, minus lambda into identity matrix, that is 1, 0, 0, 1. I will write this brackets, x1 x2 is equal to, ये जो 0 मैट्रिक्स है वो कौन से ऑर्डर का होगा?
Two cross
2 cross 2. All of you are saying that it will be of order 2 cross 2. Let us see. अच्छा, a माइनस लैम्डा i है, उसका ऑर्डर क्या है?
2 क्रॉस 2।
इसका ऑर्डर 2 क्रॉस 2 है। x का ऑर्डर क्या है?
2 क्रॉस 1।
तो जीरो मैट्रिक्स कौन से ऑर्डर का
2
होगा?
क्रॉस 1.
2 क्रॉस 1।
It will be not 2 cross 2, it will be of order 2 cross 1. Okay, so this is 0 0. तो ये गलती मत करना. So therefore I can write this as -5. यहाँ पे लैम्डा मल्टीप्लाई होगा, लैम्डा 0 0 लैम्डा, तो फर्स्ट एलिमेंट विल बी -5 minus lambda. Then it is 2 minus 0 into lambda, so 2 itself. Here also 2 minus 0 into lambda, so 2 only. And here it will be 2 minus 2 minus lambda into x1 x2 is equal to 0 0. Right? Let me give this as star expression. Now here you can see this matrix we have derived, that is nothing but a minus lambda I. Right? Now we want to consider characteristic equation से हमें start करना है. तो characteristic equation means determinant of a minus lambda I. That means it is determinant of, let me write, determinant of a minus lambda is equal to 0 implies determinant of this coefficient matrix, that is -5 minus lambda 2 2 minus 2 minus lambda is equal to 0. So this is 2 cross 2 matrix. So -5 minus lambda minus 2 minus lambda minus 4 is equal to 0. So this is 10 minus plus 5 lambda plus 2 lambda. So this is 7 lambda plus lambda square minus 4 is equal to 0. So now I can write polynomial lambda square plus 7 lambda plus 6. That is polynomial in terms of lambda. 2 cross 2 matrix we are given, so it is quadratic polynomial, and if it is equal to 0, then this is called the characteristic equation of one or given matrix. So which is characteristic equation of 1. 1 means already we have written given matrix as 1. So therefore suppose I give this as 2. So from 2 lambda 2 को हम कैसे लिख सकते हैं? This can be written as lambda plus 6 lambda plus 1 is equal to 0 implies lambda can be -1 lambda can be -6 also. So these two roots of characteristic equation are called the eigenvalues. So which are eigenvalues of A. तो सेकेंड स्टेप यहाँ पर खत्म हुआ. पहला स्टेप था कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन फाइंड आउट करना, सेकेंड स्टेप था आइगन वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करना. नाउ थर्ड स्टेप, दैट इज आइगन वेक्टर. तो नाउ आई विल गिव द टाइटल आइगन वेक्टर्स. फर्स्ट आई विल कंसीडर लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू -1. मीन्स नाउ we have already obtained a minus I into x is equal to 0 expression as a star expression. In this expression we have to substitute now lambda is equal to -1 and we have to solve this system. Second step, we will substitute lambda is equal to -6 and we will solve this system, right? So when I substitute lambda is equal to -1 here, this entry will be -4 2 2 -1. So just I will write it over here. From star by taking, this is heading, by taking lambda is equal to -1, we get -4 2 2 -1 x1 x2 is equal to 0 0. Let me verify once again. Yeah, so -1 plus 1 -4 2 2 -1, it is correct. So now if you see this one, if you multiply this matrices, these two matrices, then minus 4x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 0. There will be one expression. 2x1 minus x2 is equal to 0. That is another expression. Right? So this can be written as, if I consider minus 2 common, then from the first expression minus 2x1 minus x2 is equal to 0, and this will remain same. Means both of them are same equations. Second thing, this is a homogeneous system of linear equation. Therefore, there are only two possibilities. One is trivial solution, one is infinitely many solutions. But since we have considered our x as a non-zero vector in the beginning, therefore trivial solution will not be the case over here. Therefore, there will be infinitely many solutions. So in that case, the augmented matrix, आप ढूंढ सकते हो क्या होगा इसका solution. The augmented matrix is कौन सा हो जाएगा 2 minus 1 2 minus 1. So in this one, if you apply the operation, first row is multiply with 1 by 2, and then on R2 you can write it as R2 minus R1. Means in that case you will have these two elements as 0 0. So now we have to assume for the back substitution x2 as k, where k is any real number. So when x2 is equal to k, x1 minus 1 by 2 x2 will be 0, will give you x1 is equal to 1 by 2k. Right? So therefore capital X is equal to, which is x1 x2, is nothing but 1 by 2k and k. That is equal to k, 1 by 2 and 1. So k is any scalar. I cannot consider it as 0, because if I consider it as 0, it will give me the 0 matrix. So x is a non-zero vector, therefore I can't consider 0. That's why I have eliminated 0 from real number system. So now this is called the eigenvector corresponding to lambda is equal to minus 1, in which all scalar multiple of this vector will be the eigenvector. In that case, this is called the basic vector. If I consider k is equal to 2, for example, then this one will be 1, 2. This is also the eigenvector. If I consider k to be minus 1, then minus 1 by 2 into minus 1, that is also the eigenvector. So all scalar multiple of the basic eigenvector will be eigenvector of given eigenvalue. So ये एक हुआ. Now corresponds to lambda is equal to minus 6. So by putting lambda is equal to minus 6 in star, we have, तो यहाँ पे स्टार जो था एक्सप्रेशन, यहाँ पर लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू माइनस 6 रखेंगे, तो दिस इज 1 2 2 4 1 2 2 4, राइट. सो 1 2 2 4, this will remain same. Right hand side 0 0 will also remain same. Therefore x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 0. Another expression is 2x1 plus 4x2 is equal to 0. This is nothing but, again, both are same expression if you consider 2 common. So this is this one. So when you solve it, solving this equation, tell me what you will get. What will be x1 and what will be x2?
x1 is equal to x2 is equal.
I am not able to hear you. Please repeat it again.
x1 is equal to 0 and x2 is equal to 0.
Non-zero vector we are choosing. x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 0. We can't say. Actually, you have to go to the augmented matrix. See, in the beginning itself, we have chosen our x as a non-zero vector. So we can't take x1 and x2 to be 0. कहाँ गया assumption? Yeah, there is a non-zero vector x. मैं कब से बोले जा रही हूँ कि दिस कैपिटल X इज नॉट इक्वल टू 0. दिस मीन्स व्हाट? x1 x2 ये जो सारे हैं वो 0 नहीं हो सकते. This cannot be 0. Means some of them may be 0 but not all of them can be 0. So this is actually, you have to write its augmented matrix and then you can convert it into the row echelon form. So in that case you have to choose x2 as k. Of course I will choose it as r in r minus 0. So in that case minus 2k will be the, and therefore capital X will be x1 x2 which is minus 2 1 k where k belongs to r minus 0. तो दिस इज करस्पॉन्ड्स टू, तो इसका जब भी आप पूरा सेट ले लोगे मीन्स k minus 2 1 k belongs to r minus 0, then this is called eigenspace corresponding to lambda is equal to minus 6. And similarly जब हमने ये सॉल्व किया है, कहाँ गया, here it is, this one. So this is e suffix minus 1, that is it is k. I can write it as 2 comma 1 as well. 2 comma, yeah, नहीं 1 comma 2, sorry. 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे ये एक्सप्रेशन को तो इट इज 1 2. Just to avoid the fraction you can write, this is also the correct one, 1 by 2 1, but just to avoid the fraction I have just multiplied it with 2. So this is eigenspace corresponds to lambda is equal to minus 1. So if you go through the solution now, first we have find out the characteristic equation. It is up to you, it is up to you, you can evaluate this expression star as and when required. और मैंने beginning में इसलिए कर दिया कि ताकि ये determinant जो वाला portion है that can be directly find out. Otherwise you can do it separately also. So first step is consider the characteristic equation. Second step, find out eigenvalues. Third step, eigenvectors corresponds to eigenvalues, right? And finally you will have eigenspace. So from this example, now tell me, do you have clear-cut idea about eigenvectors and eigenvalues? If yes, please raise your hand. Fine. We will consider more examples based on this eigenvalues and eigenvectors, and application point of view also. We will see to it in the next class. Okay. So now if you don't have a doubt, you can leave this meeting. Bye. Take care.
Ma'am, can you explain what did you talk about that eigenspectrum?
Eigenspectrum was not the term. Actually, it was eigenspace and the spectrum. Let me just go through it. Yeah, here. The set of all eigenvalues of given matrix A is called spectrum. Means यहाँ पर जब हमने n cross n matrix लिया था, this one initially, at that time once you solve this n degree polynomial, I am talking about this one, then you will have, let me choose this color. So then we will have this n many roots of that equation, lambda 1 lambda 2 up to lambda n, and if you consider set of all eigenvalues, then it is called the spectrum of A, that is sigma A. And जब भी eigenvectors आपको जो भी मिलते हैं उसका सारा collection ले लेते हो. For example here we have considered minus 2 1 जो था वो basic vector हमें मिला था, और उसके सारे collections means we have multiplied with scalar k, then this set is called the eigenspace. So you have mixed two terms, eigenspace and spectrum, that is eigenspectrum, but actually they are different. Collection of eigenvector means eigenspace, collection of eigenvalues means it is a spectrum. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Any other question?